Hello, Twitch. No, you're not supposed to be looking over there, camera. Look over here, camera. Over here. Yeah. Welcome in, everyone. Happy Wednesday to everyone. I am so far behind the game today. Welcome in, Will Poker. Welcome in, Ozzy. Catalina. Yep. Happy to see all of your lovely faces in chat. As I try and tie things behind my back. All right. So, zucchini tonight. Didn't even have time to get the zucchini out to show everyone. I intended to get it all out so everyone could see it. A clogged sink and half a dozen dishes that I still need to do. But we're streaming. Work. There we go. I'm grinding the last of my coffee. So I'm gonna be making zucchini soup. Gonna be making meatballs with the last of the Italian sausage from yesterday. Gonna be doing essentially potato gnocchi, but in the Polish style, with a zucchini sauce. We'll blend up a bunch of the zucchini. We'll split it up and we'll use it partially for the sauce, partially for the soup. And then lastly, first thing we're gonna tackle today is cake, which means I need butter out here. It also means that I need a recipe transferred from the back to the front of the house. So I'll be right back. Let's see here. That'll work. Awesome. To those that don't have annoying meetings first thing in the stream, I hope you're all having a lovely day. I hope, I don't know, well, let me know what's going on in your worlds. I had another good walk this morning. But that's about the most exciting news that I have for my day. I'll put in bun buns. I was just saying I was doing pretty good. Got a nice walk out my first part of the day. Not much else exciting to talk about though. I can give you a pretty good suggestion for that off stream, Bozzy. Remind me in Discord after. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Cheers. Happy to see you all in here. Okay, what do we start with? Cake. I do seem to have issues with my balance here today. I'm half joking, but I'm half serious too. I think I've nearly tripped over myself 3 times here since the beginning of the stream. Turn the oven on to 350. How so, Kip? Zucchini. I don't have any diagnosed reasons for things, but that doesn't mean that I don't have them. I've also had LASIK, so like my eyes are often dry in the morning, but that's also sort of like an expected result. Your eyes get dry a lot more easier and a lot more often because they're actually screwing with your tear ducts when they do the surgery. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this, so I'm gonna mute my mic for a moment. I don't think eye drops are gonna fix that for Kip. Alright, so we got this blended nice and smooth. I did scrape down the sides once there, and I used the tamp to push it down. First of 2 times we're going to be pureeing zucchini tonight. I didn't really think about that, but I'm basically pureeing zucchini for everything tonight. Okay, what else do we need for this cake now? That butter is now properly melted. We'll skip that for now. Oops, what? What'd you do, Ozzy? Are there any eggs in this recipe? Okay. I think I'm adding some eggs to this recipe. Use you again later. Is it a pun or a dad joke? Are all puns dad jokes? I think this is going to end up being sort of similar to the spinach cake that I made, which that spinach and almond cake was amazing. We're not using almond tonight. This is going to have some egg in it, and it's also got some gluten to it. That other recipe was gluten-free and all that good jazz. But if I remember correctly, it was pretty much nothing but egg, spinach, and almond flour. And it was like vividly spinach green, but like you couldn't taste the it was like it completely just it just disappeared. That's sort of a small large egg there. So is that one. Yeah, Ozzy, I haven't done anything with it since last stream. There's a couple different things that it could be. I've got a number of things that, like, I think are possible ones that are doing it. One that I already got rid of was the logo down there. There is a timer, since it only fires off the animation every once in a while to the logo. It has a constant timer running with that, and I'm wondering if some of the things that I have like that are conflicting with the commands. Because the commands seem to be coming through, they just seem to be delayed. Extreme elements. Thank you for that resub, Kip. Appreciate that. There's a little vanilla. Let's do a little spice in here too. A little cinnamon. Ozzy. I challenged Ozzy in Discord. We're already over 700 some uses of the wiggle emote in chat this month. And so I challenged him to get it to 1,000 in the next month. Fresh grated nutmeg. It's almost worth doing that just to smell the nutmeg when you do that. Pinch of salt. And let's do this battle that I forgot, that I didn't realize was going on. Wow. Took that other big one out real quick there. No problem at all. That wasn't much of a boss. Little drummer witch and Catalina getting those kills and assists. Bun Buns and Catalina getting the scrolls. Boss defeated. Alright, let's see here. We got a green chest, got a gold chest. You got any blue chests? I don't see any blue chests. Can't do the green and the gold, so I think we're gonna go for the green. Start in the center though. Hello, Catalina. I'm putting my word in top right. And we'll go from there. Because I don't think anything's going to pop up here. There might. But I think it's going to pop out either here or we can go from here to there. We'll see. Check our quest while we're here. Go to the store and get our daily goodies. Ooh, and I get goodies because I collected goodies. I like how this game works. Gold Donut Musketeer skin. Really? They stealing the golden donut? They're stealing the golden donut. Back to making cake. Yeah, I'm gonna fight him with my no trademark or copyright. I do have the wiggle emote though. That is crucial. Hey, Miss Lisa Face. Good evening. I'm using a bundt cake, yeah. Get all those spices up on the upper part of the spatula in there. Alright, what all am I missing still? I put salt in there, I need... Oh, they have a little... I guess so. Enjoy it while you can. Don't worry about that, Ozzy. Alright, what other flour do I have back here still that I can use to substitute for this? That's not gonna work. Do I really have to go and get the rest of my regular flour out of my bedroom where I have it stashed away? I think I do. So I shall be back in a moment. Not a whole lot, Miss Lisa Face. I've been trying my best to be a bit more active and get out and do some walking in the morning and or do some squats around the house or something. But that's just a story of my life struggle. We're doing Polish food all this week, which is fun. And starting late next week, we're going to be doing barbecue and bourbon, or barbecue and whiskey. I think was Ozzy's suggestion. But we're switching the start of the weekly themes from Sunday to Friday. So just so that it works out a little bit better with other things, because Wednesdays will always be the ingredient challenge. So that way we're sort of in between for Wednesday. I'm gonna try and do the themes for Wednesday, but it's gonna happen where they don't match. Yeah, Kip, I took a almost 2-week vacation last month and visited family in the South. I have family on both sides of my family in the Kentucky area. Hence the bourbon. I do keep all that sort of stuff on the Google Calendar, which is down in the About section. So you can import it to your own Google Calendar, or you can look on it separate in a web page. It's set up to give alerts 2 minutes before the start of the stream. That's partially because I used to have them set at the start of the stream and they would go off as the stream was starting. But you can find, I try to do recipes ahead of time, but the themes are going to be in there ahead of time. Yeah, and whenever I'm going on vacation or whatever, I'll throw it in there ahead of time too. Easier and quicker, just throw it back there for right now. I wish there was a better way to integrate it with more things. Like, all these calendars all want to, they all want to obviously lock you into their ecosystems. But I would love to have, like, the calendar connected to Discord and some other stuff. I could just automatically have my titles made and the dinner command done straight off of the same thing. Some of that stuff I'm actually working towards when it comes to my web page. But that's sort of on the back burner because I'm actually considering changing providers for my web hosting. Which is another entire headache because the things I'm looking for in my web hosting are completely different from the average person. So none of the packages are like what I'm looking for. For web hosting, I'm trying to find myself a Microsoft server, so I have to pay for a license, so it's not going to be free like Linux. But that's because I want ASP and some other things in the background. And then I want to have a whole bunch of domains, which I have a whole bunch of domains that I don't really do a whole lot with, but I have them. And I just want them all pointed to one thing rather than having 50 hosting accounts. You would think Miss Lisa Face, but the actual problem is that there is no way of pulling it out of Google Calendar. It's actually sort of wonky that they have it set up here with Twitch with the whole calendar thing I have below there, that's just because some kid figured out how to code that. I don't think there's really APIs or anything set up for pulling that info out on a normal basis. Nope. We're just getting started with my first recipe, which is going to be the cake. Figuring that it has to bake and then cool before we can frost it. So it's got to be the first thing we get going with tonight. Well, we'll see if these zucchini do it as well as what I normally do this soup with. What I normally use for this is a brand that I've only seen at farmers markets, but it's called Romanesco. Sort of like the fractal broccoli, except it's a squash. And it's got a much harder, thicker skin to the outside, almost like brittle outside skin to it. But still similar. So parchment for our pan. But the soup itself is actually a pretty simple one. So we got our cake on the tray. We'll go ahead and throw this in the oven. 350. Top rack towards, well, not 2/3 top rack towards the back. And we'll take a look at this in 35 minutes. The soup itself is going to be rather simple. It's going to be my stock. I'm going to use chicken stock, but you can use roasted vegetable stock, along with some onion. I got a sweet Vidalia. We'll do a sweet Vidalia onion in there with the zucchini. Give that a blend up. Garlic, it's pretty strong with this, but you can go with garlic if you want. It's also great if you want to give things some heat for that. But then we're also making meatballs that we're going to essentially cook in the soup. So we got some bulk of hot Italian sausage that I'm gonna break up. Gazpacho is pretty tasty, yeah. I don't know, I almost feel like that's a recipe that's too easy for stream. I mean, it's basically take salsa, put in blender. Maybe add cucumber. Maybe add dill instead of coriander or cilantro. Bread, you say? I was joking because of the fact that I was pouring breadcrumbs into my mixture here. While saying that, lots of Italian herb mix. And we shouldn't need too much in here because we already got Italian sausage going on. A pinch more salt. And ground pepper. Just so I feel like I'm doing something here. And we're gonna split these up into little baby meatballs that I'm debating whether I want to take the time searing or just boil. Tomato, bread, basil, cucumber. What else you need? That sounds good. Yeah, we're getting a little large now. Grand Marnier vinaigrette. Now, I often sort of think of beets as more of a winter. I mean, they're basically one of the year-round root veggies that you can grow. But I sort of think of beets, and when it comes to many of those root veggies or under the ground things, I actually sort of think they're typically sweeter in winter. I'm with beets. Like, some of them are awesome, some of them are like, I've never enjoyed working with Chogia beets. I just can't deal with the, like, strands going through them. Ugh. And at the same time, they're one of those beets that are colorful and they got layers to them, so it's not like a beet that you're, just pureeing or something like that, or just leaving whole. Or rather, you are typically leaving it whole or in some design. And it's got these strands of, like, fiber going through it. Yep, Miss Lisa Face, I am not quite a fan of fibrous. In that case, for your information, the candy stripe beets, most of those, the most common ones you'll find out there are Chogia, which I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of, but it's how I picture it, Choggia or something close to that. But we have a battle to do. So let's go to war. Ah, stuff popped up behind us. I didn't expect that. Oh no, he's after our support. Uh-oh. No. No. That was the first one of the map. Let's try it from here this time. I agree, Catalina. I like roasted radishes. Woody broccoli, yeah, the stems can be nasty on broccoli sometimes. That's often a problem with asparagus too. So we're on to our last three here, but we're sort of working on two dishes at once right now with these. And I'm just doing a little pre-blending. It's smelling smoky in here. Oh, that's because I have a pan smoking. Oh, hey, I should fix that. And I should also get off of the screen so people could see what leveliness I'm doing on the cutting board here. As I said, sort of pre-cutting for the blender over here. No, mashed parsnips are a pain in the butt. They taste great. That's another fiber one. I feel like I'm contradicting everything Bun Bun says lately, and I don't mean to. I don't mean to be that guy. So we have some still somewhat frozen chicken stock. We'll pour what liquid we have defrosted off of that in there. And lastly, we're going to add some onion in there, some sweet onion. Maybe. Maybe. Oof. I'm not trusting any of the outer layers either. Just the very core. So that's a bit less onion than I was originally planning to be in this. Actually, I should just throw these in there too. It's going in the blender. And if I had another onion, I'd throw some more onion in there, but that's the last of my onion in the house right now. And yes, that's a piece of onion floating in my coffee there. It's for flavor. I swear that Scramble's listening to chat. And we'll do a quick mute for the blend. Okay, so now we got that nicely blended. We're going to take some of that. Which part do I, let's see here. Told you they kept collect up, Catalina. Now that the pressure's off, they're coming quick and hot. That's not what I wanted to do.
New weekly theme submission.
Scottish food. Let's see here. Let's put that on the calendar here. Where we got room for a new one? Thank you for that follow. How does the 12th through the 18th of next month sound to you, Miss Lisa Face? That's tentatively the dates that I have there free, closest. We have, that's after next week's theme, which is SoCal Ozzy's Whiskey and Barbecue Week. So we'd have, starting next Friday, Whiskey and Barbecue Week, then Scottish foods the week after that, and then the week after that we'll have Catalina's World of Warcraft themed foods. And that'll be after Catalina's done her moving. All right, so we have the beginnings of our soup here. Lightly strained, just enough that it's not going to give us any issues. And then we're going to take the rest of this stock and melt that into there. But before I bother doing that, I need to do my potatoes. I'm forgetting my potatoes. I'm also forgetting my cake. We need potatoes for our Polish style gnocchi tonight that we're serving with a zucchini sauce, which is what's left here in this blender. I'm gonna add a bunch more garlic into this. We'll add a bit more spice into this, and then hit it with some butter and maybe a little sour cream at the end. We'll see with that. I might not have enough sour cream because I need it for the frosting. No bacon plans for tonight. We had bacon last night. And while I have some bacon frozen in the chest freezer, don't have any really ready to go. Funny enough, I don't have chocolate ready to go either. I have some cocoa. I have cocoa nibs. No real chocolate in the house right now. So we got those. I'm going to put some water over these. cold water. I'm gonna need that strainer again, so I'm gonna have to. Steak kebabs, 24-hour marinade, nice. It's the whole wives' tale thing about that with buns, cold water with cold potatoes. Or at least room temperature water with room temperature potatoes. It will prevent some starch from leaking out. I just sort of did it because it was what was normal. So while we're cooking potatoes, I'm gonna sear those meatballs off in the pan next to it over here. Turn the heat back on. Loud noises. If I was doing them for mashed potatoes, that's something you could do. If you're just doing them like butter potatoes, you can do them like that. I actually suggest using chicken stock instead of some of the butter and sour cream and other delicious stuff, because that's a great substitute if you want to reduce the amount of fat that you're doing in your mashed potatoes. Yeah. You can also take that roasted vegetable stock that I made the other night, and when you're doing your vinaigrettes, you can use that as a substitute for part of the vinaigrette. Which is going to be much healthier than the oil and vinegar and everything else that's with that. I'm going to take them after searing them and put them back on the same plate. That is a no-no as far as health standards, because we're taking something we cooked and put it back on a raw plate. The reason I'm not worried about doing that, first off, because I'm in a home kitchen, but because we're then going to throw all of these into boiling soup. So I'm not too worried about recontaminating them after we get a good sear on them. Bacon wrapped meatballs. One thing I probably will do is I'll probably make a couple of different barbecue sauces. I've been toying around with different ones. I know probably percentage of public opinion is not with me on this, but I am more of a fan of the mustard and the vinegar type barbecues than ketchup, but you Texans can enjoy that if you'd like. Texas and Kansas City, they at least put a whole bunch of sweet and molasses in there. Our cake. We're gonna hope that I don't forget that in the next 30 seconds here, but it's probably needing more time than it's got right now. I just want to get these all flipped onto raw sides. All right, let's take a look at this cake. Nope, cake's gonna take a little bit longer. I just poured them off of the side, which also poured a bunch of oil off of the side. So taking a moment here and make sure, wipe all that excess oil off so it doesn't flash up over the side into that pan, because we're going back on the flame with the rest of the raw meatballs in there. They are very versatile. Use them all sorts of things. And yeah, you don't have to worry about things like them melting when you throw them in the oven, or you scratching the surface of them, because they have that beautiful surface that I can't even ruin if I wanted to. That's a lie, but it would take a lot of soap and a lot of work. Or one of those, or a de-rusting agent would take the finish off of them pretty quick. But I just grabbed my sponge here in the sink when I go to clean them out, and that may have soap on it, it may not. I don't care. But that's because I got a nice finish on them. Last 4 minutes, get units on that battlefield. Looks like we got a lot of people with a lot of units out there already, though. I get the traditional or typical 3M green scrubbies. And then I use a scrub brush, which I think of this more of like a soap applicator than really a scrubbing agent, although it'll take off the light stuff. heat off on that pan. Thank you. Appreciate the bits. This unfortunately is going to get a little bit darker green with the cooking. How you hanging out tonight, Will Poker? Awesome. What's the work around the house? Just general cleanup, or are you doing something interesting? You got a project? Keep cleaning. Come on, let's go. Garlic. Wall washing. We got another bat already. Now that sounds like a plan. There we go. I think we got this one. Victory. Catalina getting them assists for us. Bun Buns and Catalina getting the scrolls in gold. Let's see here. Continuing on. which of the busters do we do? Blind Buster specifically hunts giant enemy units and deals 180 splash. Deals 200% damage to giant and epic enemies. I would think going with the slaying one. I don't really play that unit at all ever anyways. Take a look at our quests. Nothing new there. We must have blown through all the easy quests for this new theme. Alright, let's go back to food here. We got a cake. We got a cake. We'll let that cool a little bit. Hopefully it'll pull away from the sides a little bit. Pretty sure that's okay. I'm tempted to throw a toothpick into this. I'm worried if it's just right on the edge. Like there's some areas, like over here for sure, is dried. Some of this I think's got maybe a bit too much moisture still. We'll see. I'm gonna live with it. We'll be surprised and see if it survives or not. Hey Maz, welcome in. So we got our garlic in there. I might add a little red chili flake. And a bunch of dried oregano. Along with salt, pepper. And so that is ready to go for our zucchini sauce. We'll just finish, we'll blend this. Oh, this isn't nearly done though, unfortunately, Bun Buns. It's actually gonna hopefully be a little bit brighter green. It's hopefully gonna be almost neon green when we're done with it. Actually, not too far off of what it looks like on camera, but that's considerably lighter than it looks in real life. So that's going to get blended up a little bit later, and then last second we'll throw that in the pan with some butter and get that looking tasty. Potatoes are almost there. They're definitely boiling. It's a matter of the potatoes are cooked through. And I took the heat off of this because I'm sort of trying to do it slowly, melting the stock in there so that I can keep it as bright as possible. The more we cook this, the darker. Well, it's going to get slightly lighter, and then from that point, it's going to get nothing but darker. And so I don't want to hit it with a ton of heat until I'm ready with everything else. Throw the meatballs in there, the butter. You know, so soup is basically done there. Cake. We're gonna need another 10 minutes or so to allow that to cool before I want to try and begin to demold that. That leaves us with our gnocchi, which means let's make the rest of our dough for our gnocchi. No, it's just potato dumplings, or essentially potato-based pasta. It's typically a little bit lighter. It's intended to be more fluffy than your typical pasta. It's supposed to be little pillows. But this isn't exactly gnocchi that I'm doing tonight. I'm making kafka, which term I probably butchered, which are more of a plain potato dumpling. I'm just gonna make them sort of like gnocchi. You get what I mean? You get what I'm putting down? I want to do this in a different pan than that, because I want to keep that pan for boiling them later. So I'm gonna quick strain the potatoes now. hoping that they're cooked through. Let's give it a shot with a knife here. I almost want to give those. Those are going to mash, but I want to give those another moment. But I can turn the oven off now. And since we got these here all set, let's make our sour cream frosting while we're waiting. Battle's ready in 18 minutes. Is that soon for you, Bun Buns? I'm being smart aleck in my response too. And this is reminding me that I didn't have butter out here getting warm. Pineapple cottage cheese. Those are delicious things. I like to take my cottage cheese and mix it into my salsa and call it puke. Eat it with tortilla chips. It's chips and salsa with protein. It is amazing. It tastes amazing. It just doesn't look great. But that was dorm food for me. That was grab a jar of salsa, grab a jar of low-fat sour cream, or not low-fat sour cream, low-fat cottage cheese. Whatever brands I could find that were like the thickest cottage cheese. Not sure what I want to flip that out onto when I do so either. I posted that thing in the Discord the other day about how, well, there was actually I read a New York Times article, which was what spurred that comment I made in Discord about guacamole being a gel and therefore considered a liquid by the FAA. Or it's not, it's by the TSA. Yeah. I haven't had a whole lot of problems since I got my, like, known traveler thingy, though. The, I forget what it is, but the faster pass to go through security. Like basically it pays for itself over the course of the 5 years or whatever you get it. Yeah, pre-check. Like there's a couple of things that I've got over the years, like credit card and stuff like that, you know, it's sort of like, yeah, you pay into them, but if you go on a flight once a year or once every 6 months, you're making that money back plus some. They used to be worse with me when I was younger, I think. Now that I'm old, I don't think they care anymore. I got a hair or something brushing against my face, and it keeps itching me and making me... Alright, gonna strain the potatoes now. I'm refilling the pot here for cooking our dumplings or gnocchi or pasta or whatever you want to call them, to do the boil later on. Yeah, you need to stop doing that. Get up and go for a walk. Go do 20 jumping jacks right now. Remind your brain that you can actually still function. Chair yoga. Nice. I'm gonna give this a moment to cool down here after mashing it all down. Before we add in our egg and our flour. I am going to season it with a bunch of salt right now though, but that's only because I want it to taste well. Welcome in, George. We got a zucchini cake here cooling down, just about ready for me to demold it. We've got soup on the stove ready for its final cook, and add the meatballs in just to finish that out. Maybe a little Parmesan cheese that I haven't mentioned in the chat before. Over there in the corner in the blender, ready to be blended up, is a zesty zucchini sauce to go with our potato dumplings. I'm trying to keep the Polish theme going, so I'm doing some potato dumplings for dinner tonight. I'm putting them with the zucchini. And so that is our sauce for our dumplings, or I'm gonna use them more like gnocchi than dumplings. We got our egg right here. I'm just mostly waiting for this to cool down a couple of degrees. I think I can maybe try and unmold this cake here while that's cooling though. It's still feeling quite warm, but I want to see the center here is loosened up or not. I think we're good. I think we're good. Pull out one of my big charger plates from IKEA. Nice pump falling down sound there. There we go. Zucchini cake. We're getting there with the butter. Not quite there yet though. All right, we'll let the butter warm up a bit more. Before we do the frosting part to that, but happy to see that we got a unmolded cake with some nice light brown color to it. But otherwise it's still a nice bright green. Looks zucchini-ish. Okay, I think we're cool enough now that I'm not worried about throwing my egg in there. Then back to the flour. And I'm just gonna eyeball how much flour I want to put in here. Gnocchi can use quite a bit, and I don't want to use tons. I want to keep them more as potato-like as I can. This recipe originally calls for about 2 cups of flour. I think this is maybe maybe 3/4 of a cup, and look at how dry it is here. I just need it to be really dry enough to be able to form. Okay, nice dry or nice wet, clean hands are not sticking to that at all. So that'll be good for forming. Awesome, Bun Buns. Let me know how it works out for you. Let me know if you enjoy it. Last minute, get final unit on for Stream Raiders. And let's see if we can do this by hand without extra flour. And quick of a scrub down, and then we'll do our battle. Because I want to use the bench scraper to finish up the gnocchi or the dumplings. But first, whoa. Victory. That was a toughie. We almost didn't do that one. Catalina getting those assists for us. Illis Preacha helping out too with those assists. Bun Bun's getting the scroll. Ooh, I get goodies too. Healer scrolls. Only need 3 more tokens. 3 more tokens. I'm going to start up here at the top. That way we work our way down here. Sorry about that, Preacha. Okay. Back to making dumplings. I think starting that first one off was a little bit of a mistake there. I need a bit more flour here for the finish. Just that light little coat at the finish. And then we can go ahead and break them up into our little pillows. Skin and all. You can obviously remove the skin if it's a texture problem for you. How do I want to store these until I serve them? With flour. Hey, J Random. That's right where I wanted that. Oh no, Catalina. Now see, if this was a business that worked in person, you could just walk down the hall and I agree, dinner with mom. Short of needing to be close to infrastructure to complete your job, I think the idea of offices are antiquated in today's world. I mean, if you could sit there and do an office job and have your favorite toys and tools within arm reach to, you know, your fidget toys and everything else in your world. Don't have to pay for transportation or gas or, yeah, it just doesn't make sense in today's world. Much in the same way, Google's excuse for first getting into autonomous vehicles, I say excuse because the real reason that they're in it is because they want user data and all the video from the autonomous cars driving through town. But their original excuse was how much money they had to spend on employee parking and how much money the company would save alone by employees using autonomous vehicles so that they could just continue on working as a taxi while they're at work. Not realizing they're spelling their own doom of why they're even going to work anymore. Dinner with mom. Bunching reflexes. Okay, we're turning the heat on to our soup for our final cook on our soup. Our stock is completely melted into there. I'm gonna throw our meatballs in there. And let that all heat up, just come to a boil real quick. Just to make sure everything's nice and safe temp-wise. Let's see how our butter's doing here. It's still rather butter-like, rather solid still. Need you to melt butter. I guess it is somewhat mixing in there. As he realizes this bowl is entirely way too small for this project. Put our flour away before we get that all over the place. The soup burner apparently didn't turn on there. It's smelling gas. I'm gonna quick mute and blend our sauce so that's ready to be finished. So we have our pasta sauce here that I'll just finish with a little butter in a pan. I am creating the dishes tonight. Oh my, am I creating the dishes tonight. I still have sour cream left over. I do, George. There ain't no dishwasher here either. All by hand. By yours truly. 4 days a week. We're gonna need some sugar in with our fats here. Welcome back, Ozzy. How was dinner? How are the grandparents? Oh, thank you, Ozzy. That's something else I forgot. I need to correct the overlays for the mic on the new layout. That one's sort of a wonky button. It has to go through every single scene and turn it off because it works off of the Stream Deck. It's the best way I have to mute things properly for that. Fighting the fact that I absolutely have to put this in a larger bowl. How's our soup doing? Not quite there. Getting there, though. Nice. What type of margarita? Like old school plain margarita, or do we go like strawberry frozen? What are we drinking? What were we drinking? What are we feeling happy from? Who needs a larger bowl? Nice. Salted rims or no? I'm sort of on salted rims. Like, they're somewhat good for flavor, but typically they deliver too much salt. All right. Let's stop playing games. Truly amazing how much powdered sugar you truly can fit into a liquid. It just disappears. Oops. Keep going, music. Just trying to push the earbud back in further. I don't know. Did we, Ozzy? I'm not paying attention. I don't have the stats in front of me. I can look at them here. Nah, we got a ways to go, Ozzy. We're only about 100 deep tonight. So now we got a nice glaze on our cake. We got some extra frosting for later. See how our soup's doing. Ooh, we're getting close on our soup. We're getting close. It's starting to bubble. Six minutes on the battle. Meatball's just barely poking through there. Meanwhile, we're going to take our pasta sauce, throw that in the pan, start heating, bring that up to a boil. We need in there to finish that up, a little of that, and a little of this. Little sour cream, some Parmesan. Probably should have done the sour cream after the Parmesan here. Oh well. There we have soup tonight. So that's going to be delicious, I can already tell you that. No question about that. All right, now we're getting into pasta. Zucchini and everything. Realizing he needs yet another bowl tonight. Let's go to boiling our gnocchi. Heat off on that. Yep, Catalina. That's what it's needed for. I'm going to add some butter into the sauce. I don't want to add too much butter to this. I'm going to add a little oil to the bowl just to keep anything from sticking when I throw it in there. And we're just waiting for these to start a-floating. Some of them are there. I'm really smelling the garlic right now in here. Starting to get there. Starting to get there. Not too worried with these overcooking like you would with pasta. It's not going to be too much. I mean, they're too big to be that big of an issue. That said, if you can get that perfect cooked down, all for you. But I'm going to give it a moment and make sure they're all done and they're all up there nicely, fully cooked. Just because we don't want a lot of stickage. We don't want stickage. Stickage is bad. Hit that with a bit of olive oil. Since the water's still boiling, we'll go in with our other half. Ooh, our battle's ready. I think this is going to be our last battle of the evening, folks. We're going to wrap things up here shortly after finishing up this pasta. Make sure they're all staying separated. Gotta keep them separated. Second batch of pasta is almost done. Gonna pour this over our first batch here. Sort of wishing I had some yeah, I got everything dirty tonight. I got everything dirty tonight. What the heck? Focus, camera. We'll finish this with some Parmesan too. Not that much though. Do a small trick for the camera. Little fresh pepper over the top. Not that that isn't delicious too, but that little bit of pepper just makes that cheese show up so much better in a photo. There we go. We got our pasta, we got our zucchini soup, and we have our zucchini cake. Give everyone a shot of everything all at once here. Top view of the cake. Let's do our final battle of the evening here. We gonna do it? Victory. Victory. Il's Pizza coming in with those kills. Catalina helping out with the assists. Bun Buns and Catalina running away with the scrolls. And so we'll continue on there. Actually, we'll be going up top here starting on Friday. Gonna be back on Friday. Gonna be doing our last night of Polish and Hungarian food. We slightly focused on Hungarian, sort of did a mishmash with the goulash on the first night. Second night was with all the potato dumplings, very much more Polish. Tonight we got a little bit of Polish with our zucchini. But overall, tonight was the ingredient challenge. And so Friday, I'm probably going to be looking a little more at the Hungarian side of things, but that is the plans for that. I don't have a specific menu in mind for Friday. Let's do a quick look here at the Discord. We got a couple of things up here in the Discord that I haven't touched on yet tonight. We have a new dinner vote, which some of you have already found, between kumquats and rhubarb. So, both of those interesting ingredients, both of those, I think, actually sort of fun. I do think rhubarb's more of May, springish item, but I think I can probably find either one of them right now without a problem. I also think of kumquats as being, actually kumquats are probably a late, either fall or winter. A lot of citrus is late in the year. So we have that up there, so you can go ahead and do your favorite vote for whichever of those if you're in the Discord. Or you can be like Ozzy and just try and get on stream. But also up here, I have a separate poll going on right now between Monday and Tuesday. I want to see what people think. I'm debating and actually sort of leaning towards the idea of swapping Mondays for Tuesdays. And so please let me know what you think. Check for the Monday or the Tuesday of your preference. I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Let's see here. We got a new ingredient suggestion since I started. Horchata and chai. We can do those. Just read an article before the start of stream about a chai shop in San Francisco. Or in the Bay Area. It probably wasn't in San Francisco. So little is in San Francisco these days. So that's it for Discord. Would love your input on everything there for next week's ingredient challenge for our schedule. Do we have anyone guiding the raid this evening? Those are lovely. Nice and light, fluffy. They do have a bit of a texture to them. You can tell that they got a little chewiness to them, but overall light. There's heat there with the zucchini. Zucchini, if you've ever had a blend of zucchini, zucchini is a wonderful blended veggie, which is why I'm doing the soup. I love zucchini soup. As far as veggie soups, this is like up top tier for me. So let's see here. Who do we have online tonight? Who can we share the love with this evening? You know what? I have a lovely person who I knew from Mixer days. She doesn't get near the viewership she deserves. I'm going to send all you lovely folks to go and hang out with her. Let's see here. Let's get this raid started. I'm going to send all of you lovely folks to go hang out with Create Mode. I know her from Mixer days. She does art regularly on stream. She used to do flashcards. Not 100% sure what she's up to tonight. She usually does digital art. I hope you enjoy hanging out with her. I'm going to be back here on Friday. I hope you come back to join me here for Friday. We've got fun for that. I've got a couple of new ideas that I want to do before we get into whiskey and barbecue, but that's coming up here on next Friday. So hope to see you back. Until then, I hope you all have a lovely time. Have a great night. Bye-bye.